Here we have Tim from Good Dog Behaviour and Training. Tim, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Renee. Thanks for having me.
No worries. I'm glad to have you here. And we've got this one here, Buddy, or Budkins as we like to call him. Tim, tell us a bit about your business.
I own and run Good Dog Behaviour and Training. So we offer private training services to inner Melbourne and surrounds. We work with everything from puppies to older dogs that need to brush up on their obedience, or dogs that are going through some behaviour concerns. We work with everything from reactivity to dogs that aren't coming back when called, general manners in and around the home, such as jumping up on guests, mouthing and biting visitors, and also aggression.
Now, this one here has a little bit of aggression, which you may have witnessed coming in. So why is that? What sort of aggression is this?
With Buddy, we're looking at what we typically call fear aggression. So Buddy is quite a nervous dog, and he doesn't take to new situations very well. So what works for Buddy at the moment is, because he feels that way, he uses aggression to make visitors go away. So that might be barking, lunging, or biting.
But in fact, he's very scared.
Yeah, in fact, if he had the option, he would move away.
Right. Well, he was under the bed earlier.
Yeah.
So I guess is it that fight and flight response?
It is very much so.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds great. Before we get to it, you can show us a few of these things. If you want to learn more about your services or get in contact and get some help from you, where do we contact?
You can find us on social media at Good Dog Behaviour, or www.gooddogbehaviour.com.au.
Sounds great. And thanks so much for coming here and sharing your tips with us today.
Thanks so much for having us.
No worries. Until next time, guys, please stay Pawsitive. Alright, so we've just arrived at the local park. I'm with Tim from Good Dog Behaviour and Training. Tim, just talk us through what we're going to do here today in terms of solutions and trying to help Buddy, or Budkins as we call him, to overcome this fear that he has outside with other dogs, and just this overall sense of fear aggression that he's trying to deal with at the moment.
Cool. So today we're going to work through some confidence building exercises with Buddy. I noticed that he likes to look to you a lot for guidance, so we're going to start to encourage him to do a little bit more of this whenever he's around a person or a dog, whichever makes him feel uncomfortable. We're going to use anything that Buddy really likes. So a lot of people tend to use a lot of food. If Buddy's not taking a lot of food today, that's okay, because at the moment what will be the reward for him is if he barks, lunges, or snaps at another dog, that dog moves away. We're going to give him the exact same reward today if he does something that's a bit more socially acceptable, such as turning and looking at you. Yeah.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Cool.
Yeah. Hey, Buddy. Hi. Give me a treat.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. You are doing so good already. You are so good.
So here's what I'll get you to do. At the moment, before we introduce another dog, I just want you to, for anything that Buddy is doing that you really like at the moment, just say the word yes and just give him a treat.
Okay. Buddy, look at me. Yes. Do I say yes as I give him the treat?
Just say yes, and then treat follows.
Buddy, yes.
There we go. Good. And
Buddy's...
again.
Yes. Good boy, Buddy. You're doing so well.
Okay. So what we should start to see is he figures out that whatever I was doing at the time you said yes, that's what got me the reward. This is a really clear form of communication. We call this a marker. So it says whatever you're doing at that very moment is what just got you that reward. Yeah. It's like a verbal version of a clicker, if you've ever seen people use a clicker. Yes.
Yes.
Good.
Doing so well.
He's doing
I'm
really
actually
nicely.
impressed with how well he's doing.
Yeah. So he's taking some food. Does Buddy like to sniff? He likes to sniff the ground a bit when he's walking?
Yeah.
We can also use food in a way that allows him to fulfill that instinctive goal, right? If he likes to sniff and that's really fun for him, we could also say, yes, and then allow him to sniff and find the food on the ground, so it doesn't always have to come from the hand.
Okay.
Yes. Sniffing in dogs also, when we're dealing with a dog that is quite nervous, helps them relax, so it aids in relaxation. It brings the air through to their brain. So we can get him doing a lot of natural doggy behaviours just by allowing him to sniff around.
Wow, I didn't know that. It actually helps them to relax.
Yeah. So we're starting to see him looking, the treat is looking back at you going, give me more. All right. So as a start, what we'll do is we'll set up Elliot, who is our helper today.
Okay.
And he's just going to be standing or sitting around doing not much at all.
Yep.
And at the precise moment that Buddy looks at Elliot, I
Yep.
just want you to say yes and give him a treat.
Okay.
So we'll take a couple of steps in towards him.
All right. So that's Elliot just there?
That's just Elliot there.
Oh, so gorgeous.
So when he looks at Elliot, I just want you to say yes. And I want you to take a couple of steps away when you do that. So there, yes.
Yeah.
Take a couple of steps away and then feed him. Good. So there's going to be 2 rewards here. One, when you say yes, I want you just to take a few steps away from the dog.
Okay.
And then when you do that, give him a treat second to that.
Okay.
We'll try again.
Yeah.
We'll take a few steps towards so he sees Elliot.
Over here, bud.
As soon as he sees him, yes.
Yes.
And take a couple of steps away and feed. That's good. I'm going to play a little bit of a game with him here.
It's taking me a while to learn, but we're getting there as well.
So putt skills for him as well as for you, for his owner. We'll take a few steps in again and just allow him to look at Elliot.
Yes.
Yes. And then we take a few steps away. So what you should start to notice now is, we've done that a couple of times, Buddy will start to look at Elliot and then look back at you as if to say, hey, we're getting out of here. And I want you to look for that if he's doing it. So here he's looking at Elliot,
Hey, buddy.
looks at you, yes.
Hi, yes.
And then he can get his reward again. So you're starting to see is he's developing a new coping skill of, there's a dog there, I'm not really comfortable, like I'm not really sure if I want to say hello, and then he goes, oh, what if I just turn my head away? And you're saying, yes, that's what we'd like you to do, keep doing that stuff.
I see, I get it.
Yeah, you turn your head away or you look at me and everything's okay.
This is dog training and human training. So
That's a
is
really
this
quick
something,
learner.
how do you practice this at home?
At home, what I'd be looking to do is find an area. I know that there's not always going to be a friend that's willing to lend a dog. Often look for an area where there are dogs in a controlled space. So I'd be looking for a fenced-in dog park.
Yep.
Where you can set yourself up on the outside and simply play this game just on the out.
Yes.
I usually look for a fenced-in park because what you've got then is dogs behind a fence scenario. You don't run the risk of them running up to you and ruining the session. So it keeps everybody safe. On the street, what we want to do is just simply keep him safe at all times, and that means we don't want to push him too close to a dog where he feels like he needs to react, which is what we call a threshold.
Okay, well there's some great tips. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
I can see already there's been quite an improvement. When I first met Buddy, he never would have gotten even this close. So thank you, and until next time guys, stay positive.